Welcome everybody to the St Mirren Preview Show as we look ahead to today's clash at Pittodrie. It's our first home game of the new season and we look to bounce back after last weekend's defeat against Celtic. Kick-off this afternoon is at 3 o'clock at Pittodrie. We're all looking forward to today's home game, our first of the new campaign. Currently, we sit bottom of the pile, but a win today will obviously move us up the table. St Mirren just one place ahead of us. Hi everybody, a very warm welcome to the Ali Beg ABTV studios here from my base not far from Salzburg in Austria. If you're watching for the very first time, you are more than welcome, and we begin today's show with breaking news. Aberdeen have just made their 11th of the summer. And it's a very warm welcome to Leighton Clarkson, who joins the club on a season-long loan deal from Liverpool. He's 20 years old, he's a creative midfielder, and he's already played in Liverpool's first team in the FA Cup and the Champions League. He's also an England under-20 international. So a very warm welcome to Leighton. Everything's got to be done with international clearance, but I can't really see a problem with that. Okay, so kick-off is just a few hours away, which means that I've predicted today's lineup, and I think the gaffer will make just the one change today. I think Dante will go out, and I think Liam Scales will come back in after obviously he couldn't play against Celtic last week, which obviously allows Ross to go forward alongside Hilber, and Liam will play in central defence. So I think just the one change. Some of you have suggested that maybe Callum Roberts will come in for either Matt Kennedy or Johnny Hayes, but we will find out 2 o'clock UK time. Here's the match stats ahead of today's game. St Mirren are winless in their last 13 visits to Pittodrie, dating right back to season 2012-13, where they beat us on a penalty shootout in the League Cup. St Mirren have only lost one of their last 6 league meetings with us, winning 2, drawing 3, keeping a clean sheet in both of their last 2 games. Today's match referee is Alan Muir. Now, our 10th signing of this season was Shaden Morris, who came in from Fleetwood Town. Now, many of you are expecting him to possibly play a part in today's game, so I thought I'd get the lowdown on him. So I spoke with former Aberdeen midfielder Barry Nicholson, who was Shaden's first team coach at Fleetwood Town, and I spoke to Barry last night from his base in Fleetwood, and this is what he had to say about Shaden.
Barry, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for jumping on with me tonight. Okay, so you worked very closely with Shaden after he broke into the first team. So how impressed were you with his progression when you worked with him at Fleetwood?
Yeah, he's had quite a rapid rise, Ali, to be perfectly honest. He obviously came through our scholarship system with a couple of years with under-18s, and then a little bit of time, obviously, in the 23s, worked under Stephen Craney, but he sort of became one of the high-performing players in that group, and he very quickly became part of the first-team group. So, yeah, very quickly he was put in. It was sort of in and out at the start a little bit because he was obviously still young, and that's what young players do. They're very inconsistent, but no, he's became a quite an important member of the team, member of the squad, because he's got like something what most teams are looking for, and that's pure raw speed. When he gets going, like there's not many people that will be able to live with him pace wise. So no, a real good character. It's a good signing for Aberdeen. We're obviously like a bit disappointed to lose him because of what he brings the team, but no, he's a big signing for Aberdeen.
He's obviously only 20 years old. So is he the type of young man who is still very much wanting to learn the game?
Yeah, he wants to learn. I think he still has a bit of learning to do himself. Like the one thing that we were always trying to get him to do was probably like change the way he played, because he's an out-and-out winger and he wants to get the ball wide on the touchline and go at people. So the whole learning of still like maybe coming inside and making unselfish runs for other people, maybe going on the outside of him rather than him staying wide all the time. But no, he's constantly asking questions. He's constantly asking to do extra. Keeps working on his crossing, because I think because he's so quick, he needs to maybe slow himself down a little bit when he's in the final third, because he's got to really, when he's a winger, he's got to assist and he's got to score goals himself. So that little bit about slowing down in the final third is something that he's got to bring to his game as well. So, but he'll definitely excite the fans.
Is he better on the left wing or the right wing?
No, we've tried him on the left a couple of times, just to try him to change to like play inside a little bit more, because obviously when he's playing the left he drifts onto his right foot, but his natural position is an out and out right winger. He can work back the pitch as well. He's actually played, I think, a few games for us in an uncomfortable position of right wing back, which means he's got to obviously do a little bit more of a defending shift, but he's definitely more of an attacking player that can get up and down the pitch. As I said there, he will excite people in the final third just with his pure speed.
Brilliant. Barry, listen, thank you so much. That's a fantastic insight to him. So I really appreciate you coming on. Lovely to see you.
No problem, Ali. You too.
Bye, mate. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
There we are, Barry Nicholson, who obviously thinks very highly of our new signing, Shaden Morris. Okay, let's get the thoughts of the manager ahead of today's game. This is what Mr. Goodwin has had to say. I want us to be recognised as a good possession-based football team that plays the game in the right manner and hopefully has plenty of attacking opportunities. We're going to have to defend the box at times because St Mirren are a very big team. They try and get the ball in your box as often as possible. They are quite direct, lots of long throws, lots of set plays coming into our box. No doubt he's done his homework. He knows them better than anybody. If you can't get to today's game, this is what the front cover of the Matchday magazine looks like. Callum Roberts on the front cover. Interesting read in the Press and Journal where he talks about nearly quitting the game after being released by boyhood club Newcastle United. He then had a number of trials at a number of different clubs before eventually settling at Blyth, which then eventually led to his move to Notts County. So that is a really interesting read. Okay, so I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you for all of your comments on my recent Begs Banter show, Jim Leighton. Jim and I caught up a couple of weeks ago to discuss his career at Aberdeen. If you've not had a chance to see it, here's just a snippet of what we discussed.
I don't know, is the honest 100% answer. I've looked back on it a few times and I've dived past the post. When it did pass me, as a goalie, you wait for that split second, and it's the worst noise in the world is the ball hitting the net. If you speak to Joe Harper, it's the best noise in the world, but for a goalie, it's the worst noise in the world. And I was more than happy that I didn't hear anything. It was mighty close, as everybody can obviously see. You can't tell how far I'm away from it with the camera angle, but I was well across. Whether I would have saved it if it was going inside the post, do you know something? I don't really care because it didn't happen.
Exactly. It's a
I'm just trying to answer
question.
the question honestly, but I couldn't honestly say. But thankfully, it didn't come to that.
There we are, Jim Leighton on Begs Banter. It's on the YouTube page. Okay, let's get some reaction from you guys who are joining me on YouTube at the moment. Thank you so much. It's great to see you all. Gregor Stevens says, "Mon then." Couldn't agree more. Lee Doubles has come in. Hi, Ali. Looking forward to today's game, as are we all. Rob Clark has said, "Jim, give the longest answers yet to your quick fire questions." He did. Check it out if you get an opportunity. Something else that is really cool about today is we are obviously wearing our brand new home strip for the first time at Pittodrie. Thanks to Graham from ABZ Podcast who sent this to me today. It's an absolute beauty, isn't it? Now, some of you may or may not know that 40 years ago today, Aberdeen actually unveiled the original pinstriped strip ahead of season 82-83. That one. Now, there you go. Oh, hang on. Bear with me. So this shirt is Alex McLeish's shirt that he very kindly gave to me a few years ago. 40 years ago today. I have to say that the comments after posted on Facebook earlier today have been absolutely fantastic. So many thanks for getting in touch. it is my personal favourite one because of obviously what led to the club achieving with that strip. Many of you have suggested the JVC strip is your favourite. That comes a very close second for me, but the pinstripe one for me is absolutely my favourite strip. Just to let you know why we are doing the show live at noon is because a little bit later today at 2 o'clock UK time, I'll be joining the guys on North Sound 1 for the big Saturday football show. Now, being here at my base in Austria, stroke Germany, because I'm just over the border from Austria, it means that I can actually watch the game live and I can report back on anything that happens during the game, during the show. So if you're out and about today on North Sound 1 and you're looking for updates, I'll be giving you live updates on what happens at the game today. Okay, a couple more comments that have come in on YouTube. David Gold said, my shirt arrived this morning. Many of you have commented about the new shirt. Many of you have actually suggested that it's the best looking shirt in many, many years. And they are rapidly selling out. I think from what I understand, there's a bit of a shortage due to manufacturing issues, but the club are on it. The other interesting note ahead of today's game is the Red Shed is completely sold out today. So I'm expecting the atmosphere at Pittodrie to be absolutely fantastic. There's a real good feel about the club at the moment, isn't there? Guys, we are done. Thank you so much for watching today. These preview shows are always short but sweet, going to hit you between the eyes, and we'll see you again on Monday where we do the review show. So all that's left to say is the very best of luck to the Dons today. Have a fantastic Saturday, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care.